Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley, bro. I hope you're having a marvelous beginning of your day. You know I love you. I pray for you. And I thank God for you and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show team, as well as our family. Rickey, today, I love our song today. Our song talks about brighter day. Oh, my God. Martin Luther King Jr., Rickey, often talked about life being a long and desolate corridor with no exit signs. Every now and then we find ourselves going through dark seasons of difficulty. I don't know about you, but there are some days with all of the nightmarish notifications and all of the negative news, life just gets so heavy, it weighs me down to the point I feel like I can't go on. I get discouraged. But Rickey, the song of the day is Brighter Day. Brighter day. Isn't it good to know that a brighter day is coming? Because the Bible says weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. I love that right there. A brighter day is coming. Lets you know that you can hold on to hope as you are going through what you are going through, because you're going to get to something that's a whole lot better. A brighter day is coming because all things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to God's purposes. You've got to know that God is up to something even when life is weighing you down, dragging you down, getting you down. Hold your head up. Keep looking up, knowing that a brighter day is coming because God is up to something. But also, a brighter day is coming gives you peace of mind in the midst of the problematic pain you find yourself up against and going through. So I don't want anybody to give up. I want you to keep looking up. I want you to keep moving forward, knowing that a brighter day is coming. God bless you. Have a blessed and amazing day, because y'all, a brighter day is on the way.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir. Love you, Rickey. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go.
News headlines,
entertainment,
sports.
it's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. The front page is brought to you by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. The community of Winder, Georgia, is grieving 2 students and 2 teachers who were killed in a shooting at Appalachia High School on Wednesday. It's the deadliest of 45 school shootings so far this year. Governor Brian Kemp held a press conference last night and spoke about how personal the tragedy was for him.
You know, I represented Bexar County when I was in the state Senate 20 years ago. These are our neighbors, these are our friends, and this community is hurting today. And I would just ask all Georgians and all Americans to continue to keep these families, these educators, and these students in your thoughts and prayers. And we will provide every state resource that is needed from here until they're not.
Now, the high school had received an earlier phone threat. Multiple law enforcement officials told CNN the phone call Wednesday morning warned there would be shootings at 5 schools, and that Appalachia would be the first. It's not known who placed the call. Now, the school resource deputy confronted the shooter, who was carrying an AR platform weapon. Now, they're trying to figure out how did he get this weapon on campus.
Because it's very easy to get guns in Georgia.
His name is Colt Gray, a 14-year-old Appalachia High School student. He's accused of being the shooter. He is in custody, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Now, he is going to be charged with murder and will be handled as an adult as he moves through the criminal justice system. Of course, y'all, details on this incident, this tragedy, are coming out by the minute, and we'll be going into more detail on this later in the show inside What's Trending. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For updates and more headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
What's going on, Maria? Well, today officially kicks off the NFL football season. Baltimore Ravens going into Kansas City to play the Chiefs tonight for Thursday Night Football. I got all of my Rock T NFL picks of the week coming up later on this morning in the show, so stay tuned for that. Washington Commanders suspend their content of VP Rail on teen for some controversial remarks that he made on an undercover interview. He was having he was having dinner with somebody and a media person, and they heard about some of the things that he be talking about, and he was labeling black players in the NFL as homophobic, NFL players as dumb as hell. He calls fans high school educated alcoholics, and he was going on and on. We're going to try to pull some of this audio and play it on the show, man. But he's in some hot water right about now and got suspended from the Washington Commanders staff until further notice. It's my quick sports report right there. Brad got the hot spot. What you got coming up next?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Kim Kardashian's son is getting a YouTube channel at 8. I got the details up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. So hot and
that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, 29 before the top of the hour, time for the hot spot. Brad, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, Kim Kardashian's 8-year-old son, Saint, has signed a contract with her to launch a YouTube channel in which she says he better not breach. Saint is promising not to share any personal family information, and now Kim is asking her fans to please subscribe. However, some wonder if Saint, 8 years old, is too young to have his own podcast. What y'all think? Is this smart or maybe not?
Yeah, he got this. You still at an age where you can still play with toys before you start getting into unless you got your podcast is children based and you trying to get other 8-year-olds to watch your podcast and you're doing something with kids.
He can do toy reviews, like review all the different toys and stuff.
Yeah, or games.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's going to monitor it heavily to make sure that it's not getting out of control, because people will say anything, child.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, like people in the comments, and he's still 8 years old. Even though he's a celebrity child, he's still a child.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure somebody's going to monitor that.
Oh,
for real. All right, y'all, moving on. In a recent episode of $1 Million Worth of Game, 50 Cent opened up about his decision to pass on signing rapper Designer. Y'all remember Designer, right? Mm-hmm. He sound like Future a little bit. Yeah. Well, a lot. Who had a major hit with Panda in 2016. During the interview, 50 Cent recounted meeting Designer before he signed with Kanye's Good Music label. However, 50's interest diminished when he asked Designer to play other music he had been working on. He said, I had him in the office and I was like, yo, let me hear the other records you got. And he's like, that's it. And the song that he had was so hot, I was struggling. But I was like, nah, I can't give that guy money. Let them give him whatever the heck they gonna give him. 50 Cent's decision to pass on Designer appears justified, as Designer has struggled to match the success of Panda, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 in 2016 and became certified 5 times platinum. Designer eventually parted ways with Kanye's Good Music and Def Jam in 2019 after expressing that the label was holding him back from releasing new music. And Designer must have felt some type of way about 50 Cent, what 50 Cent shared, because he dropped a new freestyle taking shots at 50. So in a video of himself showcasing his bars in a parked vehicle, he raps, guys talking that 50 Cent, I be talking 50 mil, guys talking that Timmy Turner, glad the dude got killed, I got signed to Kanye, little dude, you was never worth a deal.
Wow. And,
do you think people come out go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Brad, do you think sometimes artists come out the gate too hot? Because I know when Funkdafied came out, it was so big. So was there like pressure, or did you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to match this, I got to keep the momentum going? Because it seems like a lot of artists now aren't able to do that.
Absolutely not. I didn't have that problem at all. I had Jermaine Dupri, so when Funkdify came out, Give It To You, Follow. Funkdify was not even my first song.
Yeah.
So, nah, I didn't feel that pressure. I was just having fun. It's so different now than it used to be.
Yeah.
I had, excuse me, and I had quite a few hit records, so I don't know what happened in Designer's case, but when it came for us to play my music for Sony, we had hit after hit after hit. We had great songs lined up, like a whole album worth. So you can't go and ask for a deal with one hit song. Well, maybe you can now, but I understand 50. Like, he want to hear the rest of it. Like, he don't want somebody's career to fall off after he signed him and put all this money behind him, and then he's never going to make the money back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a business. People forget that it's a business first.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot.
I was excited about Panda. I was in and out of Panda Express in 10 minutes. Maybe.
No, honey. No,
teriyaki chicken bowl, boy.
Bro.
No, y'all. You know what?
Go ahead, Brad.
It's not the Panda they was talking about.
I know. We're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note, but coming up next, we got the news you absolutely positively cannot use. The time now is 25 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 10 before the top of the hour, y'all. Special K got news you can't use. What up?
What up, Rick? Hey, listen up, all the single ladies. I got something for y'all. You know what time it is. The NFL season kicks off tonight. That means it's time to line up your targets, ladies. Line up your targets, because in the offseason, some amazing contracts were signed. And that means that there are some young, single, very rich men. So if you are of childbearing age and you live in these cities where these NFL players are, you need to get on your job and get on the move. And start working on getting pregnant by some of these folks. And I'm including my own 3 daughters that are of childbearing age. That's right. I've been sending my daughters pictures to some NFL players' DMs. Come on now. Listen.
Oh, man.
Listen. Ladies, Jordan Love, quarterback for the Packers, $55 million. Trevor Lawrence, also $55 million. Now, I don't know if these gentlemen are married or single or whatever. I think most of them are single. A couple of them might be married, but a couple of them might have girlfriends. But if they got a girlfriend, they still are targetable. Now, if they married, that might be a little bit harder, but you might still get you a side baby out of the deal. All right, CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys, $34 million. Come on now. Lamar Jackson, $52 million if you're listening in Baltimore. Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, and he's a good-looking dude, no diddy. He's a good-looking dude. $51 million. Kyler Murray out there in Arizona, $46 million. Deshaun.
So you sending out the pictures?
Lady, now y'all got to do your own research now. I'm giving y'all the names. I'm giving y'all the cities. All you got to do is Google them, pull them up. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Dak Prescott, also in Dallas, $40 million a year. Jalen Waddle down in Miami, $27.5 million. Pat Surtain, highest paid defensive back ever. He just signed a $24 million extension. Justin Jefferson, 4 years, $140 million contract, $110 million guaranteed. Ladies, you know what that check gonna look like every month. All right, let's see. Brandon Ayuk, 49ers. Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins, $120 million contract, and he like getting people pregnant. He love getting people pregnant. He raw diggity dog everybody. Come on now.
Get in line.
Get pregnant for money, you marry for love later. Hell, my wife married for love, and how did that work out for her after 30 years? She's still with me, and she just now got her first Louis bag, and it ain't even real because it say Lois.
Get in the tub. Y'all stop taking showers like you at the car wash. Get in the tub and soak yourself. Stink and perfume mixed together come out stink.
Hold it! Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, y'all, they say they may still have fans questioning whether they are separated or together, but they say there's no doubt that they are definitely a family forever. Now, it's reported, y'all, that their that close bond means that there are often, y'all, some differences on who the bad boys ride or die star should be hanging out with. And they're saying, baby, his wife, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, is living because it's being reported, y'all, that the 55-year-old actor rediscovered, y'all, his bromance, honey, with Johnny Depp back in May after they were spotted, y'all, together in the south of France in July, and that reportedly, y'all, does not sit well with Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, they say Will and Johnny go way back, and they have a lot of mutual friends in Hollywood. And recently, y'all, they reconnected in a big way, the way that, you know, I guess Jada's really not pleased by it. Now, they say Johnny has been taking Will, y'all, listen to this, on Boys Night Out and getting him involved, y'all, in his rock band. They say that might sound like fun, but that is just making his way back to Hollywood after his much-discussed marriage, when he was married to Miss Amber Heard. So, you know, they went through a lot of madness with that. But they're saying that Johnny loved to party, and Jada is so afraid that Will's going to get hooked up with Johnny, start partying and doing all kind of crazy stuff, and his name get out there, and it might not be a good look. So she's very upset that he's hanging back together with this guy. I mean, but how old is Will Smith? Isn't he about
55, 55, right?
Yeah, but he can't hang out with his friends. I mean, that's nice that Jada, you know, kind of feel that way, you know, about him. But I mean, look like she should let him be able to hang out with his friends. If this guy, they've been friends for a long time, look like they've been friends longer than they've been married or what have you. But she's upset about it, so y'all, we're just gonna keep him lifted in prayer, and hopefully that he and Jada are back together. And if they're not back together, he's just gonna do what he needs to do and hang out with his homeboys and get in trouble, I guess. So there you have it. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. This is a very sad, shocking story, and I hate that I have to report this, but I have to. And we're going to pray, y'all, for Tamar Braggs. I don't know if y'all heard the shocking news, y'all, but they're saying that things, honey.
Don't you got to work with her today?
No. But, yeah, they say, but Tamar and her ex, Jeremy Robinson, y'all, the reality star singer, she put on social media that it's alleged that, honey, he was spending money from her credit card with another woman at a hotel, y'all. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Tamar said that JR used her credit card at the Four Seasons Hotel in New Orleans and charged only $1,151.26. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the hotel reportedly confirmed to Tamar, y'all, that Jeremy Robinson used the card to cover his stay with a woman identified as Miss J. Now, they're saying she seemingly admitted that they are not together and they're just friends, which means that there is certainly no reason, y'all, that he should be using her credit card. I mean, don't y'all use y'all friends' credit card? I mean,
no, we don't use our friends' credit cards.
If they're your friend, you should be able to at least, you just tell them you're going to pay them back or what have you.
Not for $1,100? No.
I mean, that ain't much.
Yeah, let me use yours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of money, but I think, you know, but we're going to keep them lifted up in prayer because hopefully, you know, everything goes well.
Was he the guy that was using points to pay for a hotel? Who was the person that was using the points?
That was allegedly that was him, y'all. So, you know, so I mean.
Did they break up, Gary?
Yeah. Yep, they say they no longer
together.
Good,
or are they just?
They said they friends, honey. I'm with their brat now.
Boy, y'all doing this story and then y'all got to sit up and do Dish Nation.
It's never awkward when you report on Tamar, like when you're around her?
No, the story is out in the public. So, I mean, you know, the people, I can't sit here and not report the story, and the people didn't look at me, oh, you just done that because that's your friend and all that stuff. That's your coworker and stuff. But I love everybody. And Jesus loved the little
I just don't want them to be arguing on social media like that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, you know, they probably, you know, won't. I mean, Tamar, I like Tamar, honey. Tamar, she know how to handle things.
The best thing to do is just not say nothing at all.
Thank you. Yeah. But anyway, I'm glad you said that. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is lima bean. On the high end, you say lima bean, and on the low end, you say beautiful green, light green. That's your color for today.
She beautiful. I just wish she found somebody that deserves her because she is beautiful and talented, and I just hate that. I hate it. I couldn't watch it. I just keep scrolling. All right, y'all, give it up for Gary with the T. It's about the morning show. Big shout out to Z92.7 Flint, Michigan. What's up? All right, y'all, here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together. Woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hi, this is Jackson. Wilson, and I'm from Georgia Conyers, and I want to wake up my mom and my brothers and my dog. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Melanie Wilson calling from Polk County by way of Connecticut. I want to give a wake-up call to Malay Monet Jenkins. Wake up, wake up, wake up, baby! Yeah!
Hey, this is McKinley Cox out of Kinston, North Carolina. I would like to tell everyone in the ENC, wake up, wake up, wake up.
My name is Ernest Moore. I'm calling from Richmond, Georgia. Everybody, a good morning. Everybody, wake up, wake up, wake up.
You listening on your radio.
Radio.
The city tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Because we gon' let them know.
Let them know Kansas City, wake up. Yes, Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. West Palm Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all, listen, man. We got another edition of Rickey Smiley Unleashed. We're going to be talking about everything that happened with the, the school violence and assault rifles. We got that coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Unfiltered, unapologetic. It's just real talk. Rickey Smiley Unleashed.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 27 minutes after the hour, y'all. I don't know if you've been under a rock, but yesterday a 14-year-old student opened fire at Appalachian High School in Georgia, killing 2 students, 2 teachers, and injuring many others. Now, this morning we got reading specialist and language arts teacher, Deltrick Latham, on to talk about this tragedy and what it means for the students and teachers. Mr. Latham, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, man, happy to have you this morning. Welcome back to the show. We always we had a great conversation the last time you was on. First of all, things like this should not be happening at all, especially where our children, go to learn and get an education. So as an educator, how does this make you feel, and what was your thoughts on yesterday?
First of all, prayers go out to all the families and students that were involved in the situation. That's a very traumatic situation in reference to students and teachers, but the question of safety becomes very paramount at this time. You don't want to go to a job where you have to worry about losing your life in the effort of trying to help someone and help children. And on the kids' side of it, you don't want to come to school with fear for your life for trying to learn. So it's a very traumatic situation, and I'm really waiting to see what how the State Department, how the governor are going to respond to these things, because it's going to set a precedent in reference to the profession of how they move forward.
Right. Go ahead, Maria.
Oh, good morning, Deltrick. This is Maria Moore,
ma'am.
and I appreciate all that you do. I can imagine how hard it is for educators, because you have this passion to help kids, but then you're also thinking about your own safety. It seems like when, lawmakers come together and they try to pass a bill specifically for gun safety, there's always some type of compromise. Do you feel like we're at the point to where we should just focus on school safety? I'm talking like metal detectors, no backpacks, maybe removing lockers and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very extreme situation, so I don't want to respond so emotionally because we're in the moment. However, gun safety has become something that's very it makes you think about the educational system twice. We have kids coming out of school that thinking about becoming teachers. We have other facets of kids that are coming to the school and want to be safe. So you don't want the school system to feel like prison as well. Where kids feel like they have to get searched, body searched, locker. You still want it to be a free environment. So it's a double-edged sword. If you go in on this gun safety, and now kids that could create fear. Right. So it's a very nervous time because we want the kids to be safe, and we enjoy the profession. I love teaching children. I think that's one of the greatest lessons I've had in my life. However, I don't want it to be at the expense of my life. So it's a hard question to ask because you don't want kids to feel so precautious coming to school. But it's like with some kids, we have to take some necessary tactics and make and I guess emphasizing gun safety and doing those things and taking those measures may be something that that's going to come to pass because of this, because that was traumatic and it was kind of all of a sudden. But these things have been happening a bit more rampant than usual.
Yeah, Mr. Latham, let me ask you: can you sense when something is about to jump off in a school? You've been a teacher for some years. When there's a certain energy in the school, when you think that the teachers have to sit the east side versus the west side or whatever it is down and have a conversation to try to, can you sense the energy in the school when something is about to happen? I know nothing is as extreme as what had happened yesterday, but you know, I know y'all have to manage all of that stuff because y'all on social media as well.
Yes, sir. I mean, it depends on the situation. If you're in an urban environment, then certain things like that may take place where we sit down different sides of from where these kids coming from, because a lot of times kids will bring the neighborhood beefs and the neighborhood situations into the school, because the schools as the melting pot for most of these situations, and most of these kids will set it up on social media. They'll have literally itineraries of what they're going to do and who they're going to do it to. So sometimes we're able to intervene these things. Sometimes kids come forth and say, "Hey, Mr. Latham, this is going on, and I just want to, So sometimes we have kids that are brave enough to come up and tell us about it, and we're able to do something about it. But sometimes we catch the last part of it when it's going on, or in the bathrooms where it's already happened. But these kids are very intelligent, man, and they'll set up fights and set up little things like that from the neighborhood, talk about it in a big group chat about what they're going to do, and then come to the school and try to execute it. So, it's something that we have to deal with, but as managers of the school, we try our best to make sure all children feel safe and all children feel loved and protected. But sometimes, these kids are diabolical with their plans, and they'll have group chats and threats and different things of that nature on their own. And we'll hear about it sometimes beforehand and sometimes after, which is unfortunate, but it does happen at times.
Hey, we happy to have you on. We're gonna continue these conversations. Thank you for that commentary. You've been teaching for so many years and stuff, and then you're a young professor as well. So we are happy to have you on, and thank you so much for joining us. Our condolences to everybody that have lost their life. And we're praying for all of the school. We're praying for all the schools, all the students all over the country. It's getting bad. But, Mr. Latham, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We got more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Black Tony, where you at?
Man, you're not going to believe the craziness what I'm caught up in this morning. You're not going to believe it.
It's a wrong day, man. It's not a good day for this mess, man.
Cause I know you're not gonna believe it when I'm caught up in the morning. I can't believe it. My damn. I can't say that. I can't believe it myself. I got to talk quiet, shawty, cause I'm in the classroom right now. I can't be talking loud. I don't want to get in trouble, shawty.
What you mean?
I'm in the classroom.
What classroom?
Yep. I had brought my sister my little nephew. I had to ride the school bus with him to school because he was crying too much. He didn't want to go to pre-K, so I had to ride the bus. I had to ride the bus with him, and then he didn't want to get out the bus, so I had to get out the bus with him. And I wanted in school in one of his class, but the way the school rules say that if you come in the classroom, you can't leave unless your mama come pick you up. So I got to stay in here until my mom get out of her dentist appointment at 10:30. She gonna come get me, but you can't just leave out because they said the state they'll get in trouble if they let anybody leave the classroom once they get in. So we watching Paw Patrol right now.
You learning something, Black Tony?
Well, we watching Paw Patrol right now. They say we're gonna read some books after this, and then we gonna color. But look,
that don't sound, Jadu. That sound right to you?
Yeah, that don't sound right.
They just passed out some Pop-Tart, too. They got strawberry Pop-Tart. We got a half a Pop-Tart in a jukebox.
So you see your grown ass up in there with some kindergarten?
Yeah, I made a friend, too. His name Robert.
No, dog.
You sit Indian style, dog, on the floor?
Yeah. How you know that? So we watching Paw Patrol, and they say after Paw Patrol, we're going to watch Grace's Corner for about 10 minutes.
Y'all gonna watch what?
We watch Grace's Corner. Right now we watching Paw Patrol, though.
Who's your favorite one on Paw Patrol?
I don't know what the dude's name is. He got a little red helmet on, and then it's a little it look like a little beaver. I like him too.
So you What about your job, man?
That's what I'm supposed to do. I can't violate the rules and just leave here. You trying to get these folks in trouble.
What about the rules at your job?
She said, soon as my mama call her and tell her she on her way, she'll let me go outside and wait for her.
And so when your mama come pick you up, where you coming?
I'm kind of worried. She got a dentist appointment. She ain't gonna be out till about 10 o'clock.
So what time? So she get out at 10 o'clock. What time you gonna get to work?
About 11:30. I'm trying to watch the rest of this episode and eat the rest of my Pop-Tart. So I'll call you back.
You ever take a nap that lasts so long you gotta get up and get ready for bed? That ever happen to you? You're like, oh, it's almost my bedtime. Why y'all ain't wake me up? Y'all know I don't like to be late for bed.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 5 minutes after the hour, Gary has a tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful, y'all. This is Ricky. This is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in the celebrity news. Okay, y'all, we all know that Beyonce recently celebrated her 45th birthday, right? Well, now everybody's talking about what Beyonce is doing, which we kind of talked about it, but here they're saying, now that Beyonce is 43, 45 years old, they're saying, honey, her whiskey, y'all, is rolling out globally, honey. They're saying that Sir Davis American whiskey has taken the spirits world by storm. Having only launched, y'all, for pre-orders on August the 20th, they're saying that the brand officially hit shelves in liquor stores today, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? They said just in time for the founder's Beyonce Knowles Carter birthday on September the 4th, which was yesterday, so she had a birthday, so her whiskey is coming out. Now, they say it was named, y'all, after Miss Beyonce's great-grandfather, y'all, Mr. Davis Hogue. He was a farmer, y'all, and a moonshiner during Prohibition. Now, they are saying, y'all, that Sir Davis carries deep personal significance. Sir Davis is a way, y'all, for her to pay homage to him, uniting us, y'all, through a new shared legacy. Knowles Carter said in that brand's launch announcement, y'all. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? She said, quote, our founder stated that her desire to enter the whiskey space and create her own brand, and we identified premium whiskey as an area ripe, y'all, for innovation and expansion. So Beyonce is doing it up, y'all, for her birthday. Her whiskey is out. So if y'all go out, yeah. So did she send some out, Ricky? Did she send y'all some a bottle?
But I'll go buy it. Where can you get it?
I'm sure at liquor stores near you, yeah. So it is out. So Branch, I didn't get none. I'm surprised.
I didn't get none yet. I probably got something coming, but if not, I will go buy it. I sure want to taste it.
Yeah, so
I sure do.
You like that Tennessee honey, huh?
I do like that Tennessee
honey.
That's
whiskey?
No, I don't think that's whiskey. Is that whiskey?
Yeah, that's
honey jack. Whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. I just know it tastes good, okay?
Yeah. I tasted when you gave me some once with that lemonade.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was good, child. Yeah. If Beyonce listen, girl, send us some bottles, honey, and let us taste it and see how your Sir Davis tastes. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Oh, Lee Daniels, y'all. Now, we just had Lee Daniels on the show the other day. Lee Daniels, baby, is speaking out, y'all. He is opening up, honey, about, he said, the horrible time that he had, y'all, making Empire. He said it was horrible.
Really?
He said I only did Empire just so I could see what that experience was like. He told Film Stage. Now he said so what it was like. He said it was horrible. He said absolutely the worst experience. Horrible. He said, but guess what? He said forget the money. He said I was able, honey, to put my kids through college, baby. Empire ran for 6 seasons, y'all. Fox garnering, honey, rave reviews. And Bonanza Raiders once earned it, the title of the most valuable show on broadcast. Empire boasted Daniels into a new stratosphere, y'all, of Hollywood clout and creative opportunity, y'all. But surmises that it was the money in itself that made the experience worth it. We loved Empire. I thought we loved Empire.
We did. We watched it for a long time.
Weren't you on it?
Yeah, it was good. Empire
Especially
and
that
Star.
first and second season now. We used to talk about it on Dish Nation all the time.
Yes. Empire and Star. He did Star too, the show that came after that.
Yeah, well, honey.
Talking with Queen Latifah?
Yes. He did that show too. Yep.
He said it was horrible, so I guess, child.
Damn, I didn't get to be on Empire, but I was on Star now.
Yeah, you was on Star?
Me and Headcrack was on Star, too. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That was a good show.
It was
Yes,
a good
it
show?
was. Yeah.
So, Ricky, what was your character again, you remember?
I was actually hosting a show. I don't know if it was it wasn't a step show. I was hosting something.
It was like an artist competition, I think.
Right.
Like a showcase.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. I worked all day for them 1,200.
I know that's right.
You just be glad to do it. It ain't even about the money.
For that
Right.
scale.
Yeah, you be happy for the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Then. Well, kudos out to him. Well, I hated that. I mean, he felt that way. But, those people, the producers and directors and all the people that make, shows like that, they know how they feel. So, and they know how it went. So I guess that's why he felt that it just wasn't, one of his best things. So he said it was a horrible thing.
Sometimes you can do a big project, but it don't be the best experience. And sometimes you can have the best experience and it don't be a big project. So it just all depends.
Yeah, well, kudos out to him because Deliverance, honey, it's a great movie, y'all. So if you haven't seen Deliverance, then it's really good. And a lot of people saying, it was spooky and scary, but it's a good movie. It was good. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is lima beans. On the high end, you say lima bean, and on the low end, you say beautiful light green. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
Yesterday, tragedy struck Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia.
Winder,
Georgia, when a 14-year-old student, Colt Gray, opened fire, killing 2 teachers, 2 students, and injuring many others. So that's pretty sad. Y'all make sure y'all keep all those families lifted up in prayer. Maria.
Yeah, the shooter, who was Colt Gray, you mentioned, he immediately surrendered to police when confronted by a school resource officer. He's now in custody and facing murder charges and will be tried as an adult. The FBI confirmed that Gray was known to the agency as early as May 2023 after receiving several anonymous tips about online threats to commit a school shooting at an unidentified location and time. However, Gray denied making the threats in an interview with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. They continued monitoring him, but no additional action was taken. Then allegedly yesterday, the school received a warning hours before the gunman opened fire, despite reportedly receiving a phone call stating that the high school would be the first of 5 targets. Seemingly nothing was done to prevent the violence.
Whew, there are still so many questions to be answered, and it's beyond sad and scary. And all I can think about is, as a parent, having to get that call that there's a shooting at my child's school. I mean, watching some of these kids' stories on the news last night was just really, really sad.
We're going to be praying for all of the families affected by this deadly shooting yesterday. The question now becomes, how can we protect our kids, not only physically but mentally, after such a tragic situation like this? So this morning we got the one and only, the faith-based psychologist, Dr. Aldewan Tart. Good morning, Dr. Tart.
Good morning, Ricky. How you doing?
Good. We had an audio clip, but from what the audio clip that we had, we couldn't get it to play. Students from Appalachia. Hold on. Here's the clip.
He never really talked. He was pretty quiet. He wasn't there most times. Either he just didn't come to school or he just would skip class.
So he was in class with you, in algebra class. He left. Then he came back.
They lock automatically, so you have to be let in to come back into our classroom. They almost let him in, but I'm pretty sure she saw that he had a gun, and so she backed away. And then he turned away, and that's when you hear the first rounds of fire.
A red alert popped up on the screen, and then a light went off, and it sort of hit me what was happening, went into a corner. The teachers were a little bit panicked, but they held themselves. They got us in the corner.
And then everyone ducked behind us, and the teacher was, flipping tables and stuff and barricading the door.
And then that's when I texted my mom and my dad. I was like, I love you guys if anything happens.
After a while, the police came in. They, kicked down the door. They're just asking if everyone was okay.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. I was scared I was going to die.
Yeah, that's from from some of the students. I just couldn't imagine going to school with stuff like that going on. What can we do to support our children, Dr. Tart, and talk to them after hearing about the 45th school shooting this year? The 45th now school shooting this year.
All right, well, let's talk about what we can do when it comes to our children. One, I can guarantee you that parents who can are taking their children to school today. So one is take your kids to school today so that they can see you there and give them reassurance. For those of you who cannot do that, make sure that you are praying over your children before they go. But also create a safe space to be able to talk if your children saw what happened. If they didn't, don't bring it up because they're not going to know what to do with it. But create a safe space to be able to talk about it and then reassure them of safety. Remind them that schools have safety protocols and that after a shooting is the safest day because everyone's going to be on alert. And then stick to your normal routine and model calmness. Kids pick up on your calmness. But let me just be honest. Like, there are going to be a lot of kids who are upset with this, that are sick of this, that feel like this is happening too many times. So allow them to feel in control and link them up with agencies against guns here, especially here in Georgia, and gun safety, and allow them to be advocates so they have some sense of control over changing this.
Thanks for that, Dr. Tart. That's such good advice. As a parent, and this really hit me. My heart bleeds for these parents. There was a 14-year-old black boy with autism who was one of the victims. And as a mother with 2 children with special needs, specifically on the autism spectrum, it was very triggering for me. And I don't want to feel helpless as a parent. And I'm thinking, well, what can I do? How can I be more involved? How can I develop friendships with other parents at the schools? What are some things that you recommend for parents not to feel that sense of helplessness?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, here in Georgia, we have very poor gun control. All right. So I think that being active, you have to contact the governor and the lieutenant governor and demand gun safety. Right. Because typically what happens is we get upset. We post, but we don't contact the governor. We don't contact the lieutenant governor. A couple of years ago, a law was signed in 2022 where it made it easier for people to have guns. All right. So we see this. So that's going to be one, contacting the governor's office and the lieutenant governor's office. And I can provide that contact information if needed for you to be able to call and say, hey, I stand against this and I need something to be done. And then also advocating for schools and having schools say, I need you to call an immediate meeting with parents and let us know what the gun safety protocol is, what the danger protocol is, to make sure that there's a drill so that we know, so you're not practicing for the first time, so that we can feel safer.
Yeah, go ahead, Kay.
Dr. Tart, expounding on what you were just talking about, everything that we're doing here, we're talking about is reactive instead of proactive. But you mentioned an important thing when it comes to legislation. Georgia has some of the weakest gun laws in the country. And, yeah, we do have to contact the governor and the lieutenant governor, but people also have to look at how you vote. You have to vote for people that are actually going to do something and not just talk about it and not offer thoughts and prayers.
I mean, that's okay, you're right. When people say go out and vote, no, you have to go out and vote Democrat because they're the ones who are pushing for stronger gun laws, right? It's not about just voting, because you can vote on the wrong side of this issue, right? And so what we know is that there's senators and there are congressmen. Burt Jones was the one that actually killed the deal when Republicans and Democrats actually agreed to have more stricter gun laws, and it never made it past his death. And so these are the people who need to be held accountable. It's people. This is not just what do we do. This is saying, why are you, as a person who's supposed to be representing the safety of Georgia, why are you not proposing and going along with both houses when there's gun laws? That's Burt Jones, right? And contact a lieutenant governor who killed the deal. This is not me making this up. These things are real. And why am I talking about this as a psychologist? Because psychologists know in states that have the firmest gun laws, there are less mass shootings. There are less incidents like this. And so Georgia, 46, that means there's only 4 states worse than us. We have to demand that they change this and change this right now. That's going to make us feel better as parents versus just talking about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Maria.
I was going to ask, do you think that incorporating some type of mental health into the curriculum would be helpful? I spoke to a mental health advocate who does yoga, and he said that they would send the kids to yoga as punishment. And I really feel like these kids these days need some type of mental clarity and just that wellness, specifically focused on their emotional and mental well-being.
Well, you know what? I mean, yoga does help when it comes to calming down anxiety. But in this case, this kid was known. This is a failure of systems. This kid was known not only by the school, but by the FBI, right? So this is what can a parent do when a kid is on a list and is able to re-enter the school? This is about us demanding as parents. We want you. Well, this is being proactive. Like Special K said, that all of us call our schools and say, I would like for you all to do a drill on safety, because we know that they don't do these drills until they're reactive. Or if they do them, they need to be right now to reassure our kids of safety, and as parents that you all are able to look and say, ooh, we have a problem here and we need to adjust this so that our drill can actually keep our kids safe.
Yeah, then the governor up doing press conferences and all of these people, talking to the media, and it's their policies as to which all of this stuff is taking place. And I'm just so doggone confused in an area where he used to legislate. He used to be the state senator in that area. And I know, and I'm just wondering if anybody have questions for him. Dr. Tart, thank you so much for breaking some of this stuff down to us this morning. How can people follow you?
Well, you know what? I'm not really interested in them following me. I would like them to call the governor's office, right? The governor's office is 404-656-1776. 404-656-1776. And voice your concerns so that we can get change here in Georgia for all of our children. This is not about Republican or Democrat. This is about our children, our babies, and we all should be lighting up that line, 404-656-1776, to make sure that we are advocating for stronger gun laws to keep our kids, our teachers, and our administrators safe.
And I would recommend everybody to call their governor's office in those states where they have those lax gun laws or whatever, to take some preventative measures and before some of this stuff happening, to get them moving and to try to get some legislation passed to prevent some of this stuff. So I really hate all of this stuff. Dr. Tart, thank you so much. We got Jeff Johnson coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. What up, Jeff?
What up, Rick? Good to be with you, my friend.
Man, happy to have you always.
Man, listen, I you know how you check something out and you just realize there's a whole lot of lessons in and around something, and I don't know if I ever would have thought that I would have seen so many lessons in and around a Club Shay Shay episode as I have with the one with Marlon Wayans. Did y'all watch it?
I saw some clips of it. What stood out? I was watching a little bit of it yesterday.
So what stood out for me, one, is that it happened at all, right? And so, there's all these reports around Vlad wanting to interview Marlon Wayans and Marlon giving him his price and him saying essentially that Marlon Wayans wasn't worth it. And the price was only like $40,000, first of all. And for anybody who understands this whole business around interviews, I mean, it's not a lot of money. But what I think is interesting is the first lesson for me is Vlad has been called out over and over again, but we really just got to stop caring, and more than caring, giving people that aren't part of our culture our most valuable stuff. And whether that's a platform, I think it's why Radio 1 is so important, why Reach is so important, why this show is so important, because we own this. It's our stuff. We understand the value of our culture. We understand the value of our stories. And money is important, and folks should be able to get the bag, but often we get the bag at the cost of the work itself. And so somebody else is modifying it, somebody else is editing it, somebody else is watering it down in the name of giving it to our people. And it's so crazy, right? Because you don't have to like Marlon Wayans or be a fan of Marlon Wayans' comedy to understand that Marlon Wayans is part of a black legacy family.
Absolutely.
That not only has contributed to entertainment, put on some of the dopest people that have ever gone into the business, supported people that have been in the business, but done the work and made the sacrifices and has a lot of wisdom. And so that was number one for me, is like, I really want us to be aggressive about not allowing other people to have access to what makes us most valuable when they don't know what to do with it. The second piece was I was really inspired and astounded and reminded that when you say weigh-ins, it really is like a family business. Like the weigh-ins might be the closest thing from an infrastructure standpoint in Black America to what Jews do. Like, they are aggressively for each other. Like, and they tell the story about leaving and protesting in Living Color and Fox.
Right.
There are families that beef against each other because somebody like, man, you messing up our money, da-da-da-da-da. Well, you can leave, but we gonna stay. And we see it on a regular basis, but they have been so consistent. Like, have you ever heard about a weigh-ins beefing with a weigh-ins in public?
Never.
Nope.
Never.
Like,
we do it every day on
time.
social media.
Never. Not none of the kids. I mean, not any generation of weigh-ins have you ever seen beefing with each other in public. And so there is such a unbelievable lesson about family structure, family value. And you hear Marlon talking about who his mother and his father were. He talked about his father. His father told him that if you miss me, go to the Word, and you will see me in the Word. They had such a family foundation. And it's not to say that we don't see that in other families, and other families who aren't famous don't have that. They do. But again, it was such a lesson about, with all this other BS that we dealing with, the things that are most important are the things that are the most simple.
Right.
Do we honor our parents even when they ain't right? Do we protect our brothers and sisters regardless of how busy we get? Do we find spaces to make room for the people who we love? It was inspiring to me. I think there's more lessons in it, but more than anything, there's so many people listening right now that have unbelievable value, Rick, and they are waiting for somebody else to validate it by giving them a job or giving them a chance or bigging them up. When you don't need that, it's you already. You are the gift. And if we truly valued that, how many times will we be able to get? People say all the time, you go faster by yourself, you get further together. We have a shared destiny, whether we like each other or not, whether we get down with each other. If you're going to align with somebody that has similar values as you, listen, there's nothing that we cannot do together, and I just want to see more of it. I just really do, and that was what that interview inspired for me. So I'm curious, even, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I think there's a lot of gems there, but I also want to know, identify somebody this week who you want to invest in, not because you want to make money off of them, but because you believe that they are just super dope. Hit me at Jeff Nation on IG. Rick, I appreciate how you've invested in me, brother. You'll never know how much I value you as a man. Y'all hit me. I got to get out of here.
Man, thank you
appreciate y'all. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all next week.
More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Good morning, Ricky. So a woman told Las Vegas police that she stole a $2,600 casket containing a body inside from a funeral home because she blacked out from drinking 6 beers.
Father of David.
I know. Police became aware of the woman's alleged crimes when officers got a call about a suspicious person lying face down in front of a business. Now, a casket was in front of the Affordable Cremation and Burial Service, and that the funeral home appeared to be burglarized. When the officers got to the scene, they found the casket sitting on the cart on a sidewalk near the funeral home. The officers found the body, which had its feet covered with plastic bags, lying face down on some rocks near the front walkway of the property. An open door with broken glass on the side of the funeral home was also observed by officers. Man, the 41-year-old woman was charged with burglary of a business, grand larceny, and the removal, transfer, and distribution of human remains. This is crazy.
Yeah, they need to put her in jail.
They do.
Yeah. That's somebody looking for their loved one, and then they got them in front of some steps, face down.
I can't do it.
First of all, she said 6 beers.
Yes.
That wasn't no beer. That was malt liquor.
That was something.
Beer make you sleepy. Malt liquor give you superhuman strength.
Say what, Kay?
Malt liquor give you superhuman strength. That's that Schlitz malt liquor bull, Colt 45, OE or something. That ain't no beer. There ain't no Heineken doing that to you.
Man.
You get strong on that malt liquor.
Ooh,
That Schlitz malt liquor bull. Come on, man. You can lift up the back of a car. Six Colt 45. Come on.
Your dad and some of his friends, they get somebody get to fighting.
Ooh, yeah.
Those be the
6
best
Heineken's
fights
just
for
gonna
the
put you to sleep.
Say what?
Heineken's just gonna put you to sleep. Regular beer just gonna put you to sleep. 6 of them. But
Private stock.
6 Colt 45. Somebody leave them with their hands behind their back.
Oh man, I ain't trying to change the subject, but Gary, you cooked some hot dog burgers. I put them on RS Comedy and showcased some hamburgers that you cooked. You grilled yesterday. That's your first time grilling, but why you make them like hot dogs? And ask me to post them on RS Comedy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to.
We can see that right now.
Yeah.
So
many.
Yeah, why so many? What you was having company?
Yeah, honey, some of the girls was coming over.
Hot dog burgers.
Yeah, y'all. That was Gary. That was your first. That was your first time grilling.
That was my first time.
I thought you could grill in your apartment complex.
Well, no, because you do it on the stove. I did it on the stove, not on the barbecue pit, honey. So I did it on the stove, honey, and that's how those girls came out.
Oh,
them girls.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 23 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. A prospective hostage and ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas is 90% completed, but disputes remain over the exchange of prisoners for hostages and the redeployment of Israeli forces in Gaza, according to a senior U.S. official. U.S. officials with Qatar and Egypt have for months worked to broker a deal to bring an end to the nearly year-long conflict. In other news, with less than a week until the September 10th presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump, hosted by ABC News, these rules have been laid out, y'all. Now, that debate will take place in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center and will have no audience in the room. Microphones will be live only for the candidate whose turn it is to speak and muted when the time belongs to another candidate. Now, only the moderators will be permitted to ask questions. A coin flip was held virtually on Tuesday. This was to determine the podium placement and the order of closing statements. Of course, former President Trump, he decided to select the order of statements after winning that coin toss, and he will offer the last closing statement. Candidates will stand behind podiums for the duration of the debate. No props, no pre-written notes. They cannot talk to campaign staff. They cannot interact with them during commercial breaks. So they are really trying to make sure that all of these rules are in place. The debate will be produced in conjunction with ABC station WPVI and will air live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the network and on the ABC News Live 24/7 streaming network, Disney Plus, and Hulu. So you can see it everywhere. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more updates and headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time for a new season of Rock T NFL Picks of the Week, baby. I don't give you the over or the under. I'm just going to tell you who's going to win the damn game. Let's get it popping. Week number 1, man. Green Bay. Oh, we're going to Pittsburgh and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore knocks off the champs tonight, but Kansas City. Y'all said it, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson gonna go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. Yes, indeed. Buffalo over Arizona. Cincinnati over New England. Minnesota beats the Giants. Chicago Bears over Tennessee. New Orleans over Carolina. The brand new Pittsburgh Steelers will beat the Atlanta Falcons. Miami over Jacksonville. Houston over Indianapolis. The Chargers beats the Raiders. Seattle over Denver. Dallas Cowboys beats the Cleveland Browns. Tampa Bay over Washington. My mighty Detroit Lions will beat the Rams. And my upset of the week, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Jets with old Aaron Rodgers will go to San Francisco and beat the 49ers on opening week. I said get it? If you got a problem, follow me on social media right now.
Yeah, you gonna buy me some lunch on that one, dog.
Come on, dog. They call me the sports genius for a reason.
It's $5 box Thursdays on Popeyes.
Popeyes, yes.
Follow me on social media at Rock T Holla. Let's go.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
It's so hot and this hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
27 minutes after the hour, time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Marlon Wayans admits his family should have sued Harvey Weinstein and calls Harvey Weinstein's downfall God's revenge as he exposes him for stealing his family's movies ideas. Check this out.
But God is everywhere, right? So we didn't retaliate. We did nothing with it like this.
You didn't file no lawsuit like he did?
We should have. We didn't. We go on, made our money. White Chicks made another classic. Little Man made another classic. We do our thing.
Right.
You know, sometimes you ain't got to do nothing because God's going to do it all.
Let him have it.
God's revenge. When God comes for you, you got to trust God. You don't retaliate. Vengeance is mine. They took Miramax, his company Miramax. Disney took it. Then they had the Weinstein Co. And then all this stuff started going down with the rape allegations, and they took that company too. And now your brother's in jail, and you ain't in the business.
Wow. Yeah, man, it just pay in the long run to just do the right thing and to do what's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that was a powerful interview. I love that part right there.
Yep, karma come back, baby. Karma come back. Well, y'all, sometimes sharing details about your crazy life online can lead to a TV series. Earlier this year, everyday person turned overnight sensation Risa Tisa uploaded a 52-part series on TikTok titled Who TF Did I Marry? And the storyline quickly caught the attention of countless people worldwide, bringing millions of views for every single video uploaded in the series. Now, during the videos, Risa Tisa went into detail about how she unknowingly married a man who lied to her about everything he ever claimed to be true, including what he did for a living, his family, friends, and finances. As the viral series grew in popularity, many called for a film or TV series to be created around Risa Tisa's series. Insecure star Natasha Rothwell is now developing a TV adaptation of Who TF Did I Marry? In addition to serving as an executive producer, Natasha Rothwell will also star in the project as Risa Tisa. So congratulations to her. I mean, I guess whatever you do these days, it's a possibility that it could really blow up if it's interesting, because I think she put this on Snapchat. And it's like, Snapchat is what, like TikTok. But it was really short pieces of it, right? And she just kept continuing it. So you had to keep watching every little piece. I mean, I remember everybody talking about it. Well, it is now getting ready to be like a little series. So congratulations to her. Moving on, Kim Kardashian's 8-year-old son, Saint, has signed a contract with her to launch a YouTube channel, which she says he better not breach. Saint is promising not to share any personal family information, and now Kim is asking her fans to please subscribe. However, some wonder if Saint is too young to have his own podcast. What y'all think?
I mean, if he's doing kiddie stuff, if he's talking about Paw Patrol, Kid and the new toys that come out this week, or the new candy, or the new Little Debbie snack cakes.
Right.
And,
Not the new Little Debbie's.
Yeah, new Little Debbie. And have, you know what I'm saying? I just as long as it's kid friendly, because, you know.
That's his mama.
Right.
His mama making the choice, so, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to monitor it too, though.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
But she's asking her followers to subscribe to his.
Yeah.
So what do the grown people have interest in the 8-year-old child's
Now that's
YouTube?
true. That's true.
She just
Bring
probably
a
want
lot
the
of
subscribers
jealousy
for the
and hatred to
monetization.
him. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, the more subscribers, the more people watch, the more money you make.
Yeah, there you go.
And she gonna make more money.
She playing the long game. I ain't mad at her.
Nobody grown watching, just like grown people sitting up there listening to the youth choir at church. Them children ain't been through nothing. What they say up there? Ain't never shouted while the youth choir was up there saying. Anybody ever got happy when the youth choir? They ain't been through nothing. They ain't got no trial or tribulation. They rent free. They house free. They get a ride. They don't have to drive. What are they up there singing about?
Jesus is mine.
Order what steps? Just start walking.
All right, y'all, we going to wrap up the hot spot on that note, but coming up next, we got the Praise Mixdown with the White Stone. The time now is 28 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.